Hey everyone, this is Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts, and I'm doing a quick video to tell you about two really interesting accessories for netbooks that I think that anyone who has one will be actually quite interested in. In the background here we have the HP Mini 1000, but if you're paying attention and maybe watching this video in HD, you'll notice that this is not Windows XP. So this is actually Windows 7. I installed the beta on the Mini 1000, and it's working really well. So just as a bit of a side note, I personally think that once Windows 7 comes out, assuming that it stays in its relatively high quality form that it's in right now, and it's only going to get better, of course, because this is an early beta, I think that Windows 7 is really going to shine on netbooks. I personally find using Windows XP a little bit depressing just because it's so old, but Windows Vista is pretty big and heavy, and it doesn't tend to run very well on netbooks. So just as a complete aside, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to Windows 7 when it comes out, supposedly later this year, although Microsoft hasn't confirmed that 100%. Now, there's two accessories I want to talk about today, and they're not specifically for the Mini 1000. They'll work with basically any netbook out there. So one of the things that I had sort of griped a little bit about in my unboxing video of the HP Mini 1000 and the HP Mini Note 2133 is that HP uses these, they're not big power bricks, but when you look at the size of the notebook, this is kind of a lot to carry. And the thing that actually makes the most amount of bulk is all of this extra power cabling. Now, some people, they need this much. If somebody mentioned in a YouTube comment, they said that, if they were in a university classroom and they needed to run power from 10 feet away or something, or actually more like 6 feet, they would need this. But for most people, myself included, when I'm traveling, this is just a little bit of extra bulk. So the nice thing is that it's detachable, and with the help of someone in the Digital Home Thoughts forums, they pointed me towards this really great little accessory. So it just simply plugs in the back just like normal, and all of a sudden you go from having all that bulk to really not very much bulk at all. So this is a lot less to carry. Obviously it's quite a bit shorter. I mean, I think it's probably maybe only about 12 inches long here from end to end. But if you're traveling and you want to pack light, which I always try to do, this is a great little accessory. You can get it from Cyber Guys is the place that I found it, and it's only like $1.97 or something. Really cheap. So I actually bought about 6 of them because, of course, you can use them with any laptop power supply. So I bought a few, and I'm going to actually use these on all my laptop power supplies when I travel. So again, really nice, really handy, and really cheap. Given how cheap these are, I would love to see HP or Acer or Asus, any of the netbook manufacturers, to include something this size in the box. Include the regular size cable for the people that need all that extra length. But if the netbooks are supposed to be light and portable, you should try to make the power supply as light and portable as you can. So definitely an accessory worth looking into. Now, the other thing that people often ask about is optical drives, a CD or a DVD drive. Some people are really surprised and actually a bit disappointed when they find out that no netbooks on the market today have optical drives. I personally think that's actually a great thing. The number of times that I use an optical drive when I'm on the go is really low, and keeping the size and the weight of the netbook down, keeping the cost as low as possible, these are all very important things, and I think that they outweigh the need to have an optical drive. But some people, they want to have an optical drive, and obviously you do need an optical drive if you're going to load software onto it. So there's a couple options here. The first one I'm going to show you is what I was using up until about a month ago. So this is a full size, essentially it's a 5.25 inch or 5.25 inch enclosure from Samsung. It's got a DVD burner, and then of course it has its power supply and then the USB cable. So this is obviously really big. It is one option. It's relatively cheap. I mean, I think I got this about a year ago for maybe $40 or something like that. I mean, you can get a regular DVD burner nowadays for $20 or $30. I mean, they're really cheap, and then they just put it inside this enclosure. So this is one option if you're on a budget, but obviously it's big and clunky, and it takes up a lot of storage, and you certainly would not want to take it with you traveling, when you're on a plane or anything like that. So Samsung came out with something, and I knew that it was only a matter of time ever since the MacBook Air came out, and this is a Samsung drive. So this is a full DVD burner from Samsung. I paid about $70 Canadian. It'll vary obviously where you buy it, but the slick thing is that it's USB powered. So this is it. This is the entire thing. So it's really easy to connect to a netbook, and instantly you can load up software, you can burn DVDs, you can watch DVDs, you can do absolutely everything that you could with a normal optical drive. Now, the one catch is that it needs 2 USB ports to have adequate power, because what Apple did with the MacBook Air is they actually made I think it only has 1 USB port if memory serves, but the USB port that it has, they made it higher amperage, so they actually have it kick out more power than standard USB. Now, standard USB on basically every netbook out there and every laptop other than the MacBook Air is I think it's 500 milliamps, and this drive from Samsung requires more than 500 milliamps. So what they do is they give you a USB cable to run it from. Okay, so this end plugs into the back of the drive, and then what you have here is you have 2 USB cables that you need to plug into the netbook. Well, guess what? A lot of netbooks on the market, they only have 1 USB port in the side. So you can connect it, and Windows will actually, it might actually recognize the drive based on one port, but in my experiments, it really won't work. Even if Windows does recognize the drive, I tried reading from an actual optical disc, and it really didn't work. So what you need to do is you need to just get a simple extender cable. So this is one that I had. I think Samsung sells an official model, but really you just need a simple USB extension cable. If I can actually get it connected here. So you connect one end to this end, you loop the other end around to the other USB port, and boom, you have a fully connected optical drive with power. You can burn CDs and DVDs, and you can do everything that you need to do. And as you can tell, even when you put these two things together, they're not very big, they're not very heavy, and they're really easy to travel. So if you wanted to watch DVDs on the plane or something like that, and you maybe didn't get a chance to rip them, this is a really easy way to get optical drive usage out of your netbook. So that's basically it for me. This has been Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts, and these were 2 accessories that I think every netbook owner should pick up, and they'll get a lot more value out of their netbooks. Thanks for watching.